Good morning. Today is the day that I am going to get my angiogram, so I am going to do a vlog and have you guys follow along for that. And it will also be me finding out if I'm getting a stent or not, so wish me luck and let's get into it. Alright, I packed my bag and everything, and I am officially ready to go. This is my outfit for today. Just got some simple sweats on and then a sweater and everything. I've got my compression socks on under here and everything. So hopefully today will go good. Okay, so I'm home, and that was probably the worst experience that I have ever had. I got the angiogram done, and they found that I did not qualify for the stent. So unfortunately, that means that I have to get the spine surgery and have the shunt put in my lower spine. But the angiogram was the most painful thing I have ever gone through, and I hope to never go through something like that again. I don't think it was supposed to hurt as bad as it did, but unfortunately, pain medication doesn't always work the best on me, so I think even though they had given me pain medication to handle the procedure and everything, I think that it might have still not been enough or something, because it was just the most painful thing I've ever experienced. What they did was they went into both sides of my groin and went up into my brain to test the pressure in my arteries and in my veins. So in my left leg, they went up through my arteries, and in my right leg, they went up through my veins, and they checked the pressure in both in my brain. And at one point, they injected contrast into the veins in my brain, and that was the most painful thing I've ever been through. The only way I can think to describe it is like brain freeze from when you eat ice cream too fast or whatever, and then at the same time, like someone's blowing up your brain from the inside. It was genuinely the most horrible sensation I've ever felt, and it was all throughout here, and I kept crying out in pain, unfortunately, and so they kept giving me more pain meds, but it still didn't help. So the whole time that they were injecting the contrast, it really, really hurt. And then they did the measuring of the pressure and everything, and that part didn't really hurt, I don't think, unless that was what they were doing during the most painful part as well. I'm not really sure. That part is really blurry to me just because of how painful it was. I think my brain is already trying to block it out. But anyway, after they did that, they injected some lidocaine into my veins and everything so that it would help numb any inflammation that I had from the procedure. And when they sent the lidocaine into my veins, it was also the most painful thing I've ever experienced. It sent a burning, stinging sensation throughout my eyeball and my eyelid. When they first did it on the right side, and they sent lidocaine in, and immediately it was stinging, burning sensation in my eyeball and in my eyelid, and suddenly it felt like I couldn't open that eye properly anymore. Like my eyelid just became very droopy and very heavy, and I'm assuming that's because of the numbing and everything. And then when they did it to the left side, it did the same thing with intense stinging, intense burning in my eye, in the eyeball and the eyelid, and then it also felt like I couldn't open that eye properly anymore. And so I told them that I couldn't really see properly anymore, and they were a bit concerned, but they did say that that could just be a side effect of the lidocaine. So thankfully, after I slept for a while after the procedure, the side effect of the lidocaine did wear off and my eyesight is back to normal. I'm very thankful for that because that was a very, very scary side effect as well. And thankfully, all of the pain from this procedure did seem to wear off for the most part. Shortly after they actually injected everything, it would be a rise in pain and then it would slowly wear away. But unfortunately, now I do have a headache. It's just kind of lingering. They did give me a Percocet before I left the hospital, but I did end up getting sick in the car ride home. So I don't know if that actually got absorbed into my bloodstream or not. So I have no idea if I actually got any pain relief from that. But I do know that I have a dull headache right now, or I guess like a mild headache. And that's unfortunate. But I am in so much pain in both of the areas that they accessed my veins through. So in my right groin and in my left groin, it's right above my thigh where they accessed both my artery and my vein. And those areas are extremely sore right now. It hurts to stand up. It hurts to straighten my legs. It hurts to bend my legs. Anything with moving my legs just hurts so bad. And I don't know how long this is going to last. I really hope that I heal fast because I feel like I can't really do much like this. I barely want to get out of bed or anything. It just hurts so bad. And unfortunately, that is how my angiogram went. I wish that it had been less painful and that I had better news. I'm really disappointed that I wasn't able to get the stent because that means that I will have to get the spinal surgery, and that is very nerve-wracking for me. It's something that I'm very anxious about because I already have chronic back pain and we still don't know what is causing my chronic back pain. So to get a surgery in the same area where that chronic back pain already is really scares me because I'm worried that it will only make it worse. It's just something that I'm going to have to come to terms with though, because it's my last resort. It's the only option that I have left at this point. So I just have to have hope that my surgeon knows what he's doing and that he can do a good enough job to where hopefully he doesn't leave me with any extra lasting back pain, but that is just a side effect or a risk of surgery. So of course I wouldn't really blame him if that was the case and I did have lasting back pain after this surgery, but it is just something that I keep thinking about and dreading. I don't really know how I'll cope if I end up getting more back pain, but I really hope that that isn't the case and that maybe I'll heal okay after the spine surgery too. I'm just trying to stay positive basically and try not to worry too much because I don't really have any choice. I have to go through with this surgery, so what's the point in stressing myself out about it extra when I can just try and push through and stay positive if I can. I'm just really glad that the angiogram is over, and I really hope that I don't have to ever do anything like that again because that was so painful. Like, more painful than any of my piercings, more painful than any of my tattoos, more painful than my lumbar punctures, like, more painful than any migraine I've ever had. It was the worst sensation I've ever been through, and I really hope that I don't ever have to go through that again. And I hope that everyone else's angiograms aren't like that. I really hope that maybe it is just because I have a problem with pain medications in my body where for some reason they don't work as well. I've had a history of that, unfortunately, where in high school I had my wisdom teeth removed and the pain medication didn't help numb that area as well as it should have. And so I woke up in extreme pain then as well too. And I've also had a root canal done where I felt everything and the numbing didn't help there either. I've had a lot of dental stuff, clearly, that the numbing didn't work for and stuff like that. So it's just something that I kind of expected, but I was really, really hoping that I was wrong and that it would be okay. Unfortunately, though, it was just really painful. And like I said, I really, really hope that no one else has to experience that. I really hope that it is just something that is with my body and how I metabolize pain meds, because I'm assuming that has something to do with why I felt so much of it. But yeah, definitely, definitely not something I ever want to do again. So, and unfortunately, I don't know if I'm supposed to go back on my Diamox or not. So on Monday, I will be calling my surgeon and asking about that, because I don't know if he wants me to stay off of it until the spine surgery or if I should go back on it for the meantime so that my vision isn't affected. I'm not sure. But on Monday, I'll call and I'll figure that out as well. But anyway, I am just going to focus on healing for now, and hopefully I can get back to my normal routine soon. I wish I had better news for this video, but oh well. I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway, and if you did, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm really trying to reach 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!